I'm Brittany.
I'm Nicole.
And we're those girls. Welcome to Season 2, Episode 1.
Wow.
Whoa. So we did a full year, and here we are all over again.
I know, we kind of like came in today, and you're like, I think we're on Season 2.
Right. Like, we're now we have a Season 2.
We do.
So
Totally crazy.
we've had kind of a whirlwind of a new year already.
How many days in are we? 4?
3 or 4. I don't even know. Today
I
was
haven't paid my rent yet, and it's the 4th. So.
You might want to do that.
Oh, no. So I set like a precedent in life. When I do this when I bartend, I do this with things like this. I do them wrong, but I do it the same all the time. So if you have a problem with it, call me out. But like I'm setting a precedent of like, this is the way it's going to be.
This is the way it's going to go.
Like at the bar, I don't follow the rules, but I don't follow the same rules all the time.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? So like I always do the wrong thing, but like you never say anything, so I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna be consistent. I'm consistent.
So no
Rent's gonna be a week late no matter what.
No new year, new you. You're just
not in that regard. No, absolutely not. Because then I don't like rules. I don't do well with rules, and like one of them is like the owner of the restaurant I work at does not like when like Mary Lou's cups are out. Or like a Dunkin' Donuts coffee, like, you know, like all the liquor bottles are in the back. When like it's in front of stuff, don't know why it bothers him. But I do it every single time that I work. And someone told me the other day, they're like, you know, he hates that, right? I was like, what? They're like,
well, now I'm going to add multiple.
Oh, no, I come in with a snack, a full water bottle, and a Mary Lou's cup, and I put it all in front of the stuff. And my phone.
Is it because the consumers can see it, or is
it's just like an aesthetic thing.
It's
like I get it.
Functionality of being able to get those.
No,
bottles.
it looks messy.
Oh,
and you're like,
my life is messy. So
yeah, but I get it
do it
because like you know it's set up like nice and there's lights and all the bullshit. But
so speaking of the restaurant that you
which one?
The one you're talking about now, I think. So we went out the other night, New Year. We've both had the plague forever and ever and ever, and it's just been one thing after another. And so you called, and you were like, hey, I have to get out of my house. Let's go hang out for a little while.
I realized what I did, though. I was like, I've been sick all day, but I need to get out. Let's go in public and spread it.
Let's go in public and spread it, right? But, like...
I just had to. I could not take it anymore.
First of all, you didn't have a plague that was... You know, we weren't spreading COVID. We weren't like you with the sniffles. Okay, let's just make that clear to everyone. We were not, you know,
no, I'm fine.
Sharing.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Massive germs, and we've all had it. Like I feel like December hit, and everyone's had some.
I got away with it for over a month.
You did,
and I was like, I'm good, and then it slammed me Tuesday.
Slammed you, yeah.
Yeah.
So we go out, we sit at the bar, and. Not that we're doing dry January or anything like that, but I got there first and I had a Heineken Zero. So you and I are sitting there. Blah, blah, blah.
Also, this is like a Tuesday. It's not very crowded. It's like 5 o'clock. They just opened. Yeah.
4:30.
So it's super not busy.
Super not busy. I think I was like the only person at the bar at that point. So I'm waiting on you. You and I order an appetizer. And to be honest, I didn't even realize that people had sat down to
me and you were
left.
doing what we do here, cackling and talking.
And we were full depth in conversation. And so I had the Heineken Zero sitting on the bar. And guys like, excuse me. I'm like, who the fuck are you? No, we're not doing this. We're in like girl conversation. And he's like, do you like those Heineken Zeros? And I was like, sure. Like, so we end up talking to these two gentlemen. Because there's another guy with him, and we find out that they own, one of the gentlemen owns another establishment in town.
Yes. Which, teaser, he's going to be our guest.
He's going to come in as a guest.
He's an owner of, there's 4 or 5 bars in Whitman? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5.
5.
He owns one of the 5 with his dad.
5. Yes. And we had never been in the establishment at this time.
There's no windows.
And so... It has no windows.
It's an old time bar. It's like an old divey dive.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying anything insulting. He would describe it that way also.
Oh, yeah. And Dad won't let him make any updates.
Yeah. So it's from like straight out of the 80s.
Super excited to have him on in a couple weeks. It'll be super fun. But tell me about your experience on meeting them. Because I'm still a little...
I think that he probably wants to expand his bar and he wants to get more customers in. and he was out with his friend to celebrate something, I think.
I don't even know.
They were celebrating his friend's date.
Oh, yeah.
His friend's new to the dating world.
Yes.
He's never done dating apps. He's never done dating world. So he went on his first in-person date.
Yes.
And they were meeting to talk about it.
Yes.
So they end up talking to us, blah, 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 blah. And then I don't know how much do we tell?
Do we save it all or do we?
No, we can tell. We'll tell about the meeting we had with
Yes.
them because we'll
Okay.
talk about more stuff. So his friend's on the dating app. His friend's friend that's a girl set up the dating app for him, but he also set him up on a fetish dating app.
Yes.
And so I'm not even like listening to this I'm literally like, so it's me, Brittany, then these two guys, and they're talking about town shit, and I'm like on my phone. I'm talking to other people at the patio, and then I just hear this part, and I perk up and go, what kind of fetish?
Right. I'm like, first of all, I'm not in the dating world, so like it's not something, but
it's
like.
not like a super exciting one.
No, God,
To me,
no.
anyway.
Like, God bless you.
I guess
love
fetishes are fetishes, but
I love you dearly, but I don't envy.
can you
in the
imagine?
dating
Oh, so we have
world.
to say what the fetishes.
Let alone like the guy. I don't even remember the name of the website that he's talking
It's like
about.
Fetty or Fet. I
Something.
think it's FET is the
Because
name.
he didn't
I never
say-
heard of it.
He didn't say fetish.
I almost what it is.
He didn't say fetish originally.
I think it was FET. I think it was FET. I think it was
Yeah,
FET.
he didn't because he didn't. And I was like, what fetish do you
So,
have?
and I'll also preface this guy, I would not, and you never know what people are truly like, especially in their at-home life.
Yeah.
But he would not strike me as a fetish person.
No, and by the way, let's just make this clear. We're talking about the business owner we're going to have on's friend.
Yeah,
We're
not the business
talking
owner.
about the business
yeah.
owner.
So the fetish is
What'd you say?
furries. It's furries. So if anyone doesn't know what that is, it's when you like dress up in animal suits. You put on like a tail and like a big head that's like a fox or whatever animal you identify with. And so he said that he's on like all the other dating sites, and he said that it's not really his fetish. His friend just put him on it.
Put it on it,
But
yeah.
that's the one he's getting the most response on, so he's going with it.
Right. So I'm okay. So like Mark and I met on a dating app.
What you were gonna
I know you were.
I was just got so excited if you guys have a weird fetish you were about to share.
Oh God, no. No. Mark and I have this weird conversation all the time about why fetishes are weird. We're the most vanilla people out there, and we both like are good with that, but like we'll make jokes, you know, I lost a toenail, so we'll make jokes like, you know, right, like it's like I don't understand how like people have foot fetishes or things like that. So like all
Just ruined it.
So Al has a foot fetish.
No, yeah. Hey girl, watch me design this fucking house.
Maybe he went. Does he went?
But that was his pickup line. So
Oh my god.
No, we've talked about it on here before. Brittany, no, we talked about how you and Mark met when Mark was here because you thought you were on a business date.
Yes.
And Mark thought he was on a real date, but then he realized very quickly to keep you on the hook, he had to talk about business or you were just going to be like fucking out.
So I empathized with business owner's friend because a friend who's no longer a friend is the one that set up my Match.com account. And so before Mark and I met, like I was getting messages that were like, "Do you want to go salsa dancing?" I have 2 left feet and am tone
Oh my
deaf.
God, I would love that. That's
Can
not
you
the
see-
messages I get.
We'll call her and we'll have her set you up, you know.
I like completely quit dating sites because they're just so terrible.
Maybe
Do you want me to read a message I got on a dating site recently? This is why I quit again.
Yes, and then we're gonna set you up a foot fetish account somewhere. Or what fetish do you want?
This is none of your business.
No, please tell.
This is none of your concern.
There's no cameras here.
All right, ready? So I went on Facebook dating for literally 2 days, and I hadn't done it since last year. There was like a couple disasters. I don't know if we talked about any of them, but just bad shit. I quit, and I was like, you know what? I went back on. Fine. So beautiful. I'm looking for a good girl. Off the bat, I know this is going to be a disaster, but I play it because I want to see what he's going to say. So then I say, hello there, tell me more. And he says, I'm just a man who was raised by a great single mother and raised my sister. I'm caring, I work hard, and I'm very affectionate. I really want to find love.
Affectionate how?
And I said, that sounds simple enough. How's dating gone for you? You ready? It's long. Truly a good man I'm dating. I have yet to meet as a date that truly enjoys little things in life, and thought because I was such a good man they could just play games and try to have me take them out. They never understand it's the caring, the cuddling, the tickling, the always making sure I want them.
Tickling.
I always make sure I want them to know how beautiful I see them. Also, they have other men and just play men that not really want them. I'm going to be that old couple on a bench looking next to me and loving her more than the day before. I never watch a woman clean up in front of me by default. I like to help, and really I could just be happy with just holding the feeling cared about in return. You're going to get everything, back rubs, holding hands. You're going to be my beautiful every day, and I'm going to show you how beautiful you are. I'm going to be everything I could possibly be to make you happy. And if I'm not good at it right away, I'm going to work at it. I'm going to work at it. A good woman is a good woman that's proud of herself, has pride, wants to win together with a man that never let her fail. She will never let me fail and will be there for each other no matter what. That's what I got in response to how's dating going? Delete.
So many questions. Okay.
It's too long. Like,
so what does he do for work?
I didn't respond.
And what are we tickling?
I'm not letting him tickle anything.
No, what are you tickling on him?
But like, how is that an appropriate response?
No, it's not. It's not appropriate at all.
It's weird.
Weird.
I would have rather had him be creepy and be like, hey, I'm looking to like hook up. Fine. Respect that. At least you're telling me what you want. That.
He wants to tickle.
No, he wants to murder me and put me in his basement.
Hey, listen.
Hey, love is love.
Right.
I would have liked it better if he asked me if I was into furries.
Are you?
No.
Don't lie.
I mean, I'm a don't knock until you try it person. I'm not against it.
Well, so let's go back to the other night. So
Stop looking at me.
we told you.
Well, because with me saying like, okay, so furry fetish, there's no pain involved. It's not disrespectful. There's no like major. What, you want me to put on a fucking cat suit?
Well, like, yeah, like, what would you dress up as? What would be your...
I don't know. I don't know.
Right,
I'd have to look
like,
into it more.
Like...
To see what the choices are. Can you be like a dinosaur?
Yeah, like, I don't know.
I think the only animal that's not furry and is extinct.
Well, because, like, I go to, like, a koala bear, but, like...
Oh, that's cute.
Koala bears are
Maybe I'd be like a fox or something.
But, like, koala bears are, like, the meanest animals out there.
Okay.
So,
Syphilis, too.
I'm done.
Hey, you fucking wanted me to talk.
The old Nana smoker's cough happening right now. Honey. Continuing on. Reeling this back in.
Okay. So that was our week.
Oh, my God.
And so we're back into work. So we're fully in the swing of work.
Yeah. Going hard.
We're going hard. And I feel like everyone kind of took the month of December off.
And that's what happens in our industry, but I honestly find it annoying.
Right. But I'm also finding...
To be completely honest.
It's annoying. But what I find even more annoying is that as people come out of hibernation of the holiday, because I feel like they go back and hibernate.
I get it. People need time off.
Right,
I get it.
But
like a couple days, not a whole month.
I feel like they come back and like they've never sold a house or tried to negotiate a loan or anything. Like I have a deal going on right now. Appraisal came back late. Haven't told you this part because you've been kind of following it. So we're trying to renegotiate closing, do some extensions because some extra work has to be done and all of these things. So I'm helping a newer agent on the other side. And so I called yesterday and I was like, hey, are you following the email chain? And he was like, no, I'm at the gym lifting weights. And I'm like, oh, that's great. You know,
Okay, can we tell him rule number 1? I may be out doing weird shit, but you will never know. You will think I am sitting in my office. I will do everything that I would normally do on a phone call, and I could be doing something totally off the walls.
So, like, 2 questions. First question is, A, why are you telling me this? And B, if you're answering a phone call lifting weights, and like, I can hear
Is this
the
hot one, though?
dumbbells.
This is the hot one, though.
I don't know. But, like, I can hear dumbbells in the background, so, like, I obviously know that he's not sitting at home. And so I then go to him and I'm like, okay, so I need you to do this. I'm trying to negotiate on your behalf that I shouldn't be doing.
Did he send you a pic?
No.
I mean, okay, keep going.
I did get a picture.
You really got me in the zone.
I
so
did get a picture.
Carl?
this is what I'm doing right now, babe.
I did get a picture
Of?
at 10:30 at night.
What?
So, because I had this conversation with him. So, you came over last night. So, I had this conversation at like 4:45, waiting for you to come over to
Okay,
work
sorry.
on
So appraisal came back. What are you doing?
Right,
He's
we're
at the
doing-
gym. You're trying to talk to him
trying
about work.
negotiate,
Yes.
trying to do all these things.
Sorry.
So I'm like, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to call the loan officer and I need you to ask when the rate lock expires. So a rate lock,
Legit.
when you, and for the people who don't know what a rate lock is, when you apply for a mortgage, you as the loan officer lock them into what their interest rate's going to be, and it only goes for a certain amount of
So
time.
typically, we make a judgment call. Do I need 30 days? Do I need 45 days? When you go to 45 days, it ups the rate a tiny bit. It really doesn't make a big difference, but realistically, you want to lock the borrower in for the least amount of time because the lower the days are, the better the rate is.
Right. So,
Continue.
So he asks me what a rate lock is.
Oh, honey.
And I'm like, so I explained to him just like we explained now. And I said, I need you to call the loan officer because that's not my job. And I need you
The
to
buyer's,
ask him,
buyer's agent should be doing it, yeah.
I need you to ask him when the rate lock expires so that we can negotiate and make sure that we're not doing 75 million extensions, right? Fine. At 10:30, I get a screenshot from his conversation with the loan officer. And I literally had to say to him on the phone, you are just going to text. When does so-and-so's rate lock expire?
Why didn't he do it on email?
I don't know. So he screenshots me. He goes, I'm so sorry. It's so late. I forgot to text you back. Okay. We're handling the most important financial piece of someone's life, and you forgot to text me back because you were lifting weights at the gym 7 hours prior? Right. So the loan officer texts back and goes, not for a while. Why?
Okay. I have so many issues with everything that has happened as I've been following this. Number one, normally, if that question is arising, it's coming from the buyer's agent or the buyer's attorney.
Right.
And we are discussing it in a very professional way with precise dates. I would never say in a while. I would say the date and be like, this is where we're at. I think that the date's appropriate. If it's not appropriate, we're going to extend it. Period.
Right.
Very short, to the point, professional.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
So when I text
When does it... we can
I
talk
don't
about it
know.
after. I would have the
still
attorney
don't know.
email, but continue
I
on.
still don't know.
Have the attorney email.
I don't know. So I text back this morning, and my response was, good morning. Do you want to know why? Because you couldn't do your job effectively, and I'm trying to do it for you. Hashtag not you, him. And all I got back was, good morning, with a smiley face. We've been negotiating the whole day and have had crickets from both of them. So
We have crickets now.
So welcome to 2024 in real estate. Good luck.
So I called my friend from my old company yesterday
yeah.
and was telling him this story. He had to call me about something else. So then
Right.
I'm like, hey, listen, do you feel like everyone is just like not doing what they're supposed to be doing? Because I actually ended up, after our conversation about your deal and what was happening, we won't go into all of it.
Right.
But you, Brittany, called me and said, hey, is this the way this should go? We do that a lot when we're not working just with each other. What would you do? Was her question to me. Mm-hmm. And I actually texted my mentor from my other company and said, I really appreciate how you trained me because all of these people are like the Wild West. Like none of them are doing what they were supposed to. They're all scared to do what they're supposed to and like just be upfront. Right. But like, I feel like it's everybody.
But not even just like in transactions. I feel like, so I got into the business like 15 years ago now. Like I'm experienced. I'm a dinosaur in the industry at this point. And so I've seen a lot of changes. I've seen a lot of things happen. And we've talked a lot, especially on here, about a lot of the differences and changes that are happening at like the Supreme Court level and how they're trailing down and they're affecting other things. And so I've really changed my business model. And frankly, it's a business model that I think should have been changed a long time ago. And so now I'm running into agents that aren't, I'm trying to figure out the right words to say. They're reaching out and they're questioning, like I had an agent, so back up just a little bit. So commission structure's changed. I've made a change in my business where I'm not requiring my sellers to pay a buyer's agent.
Which is, if anyone doesn't know, the law has changed that no longer the sellers do not have to pay the buyer's agent commission, right?
Yeah, no, it's being appealed, and so it's not a law quite yet, but we're trying to be at the forefront of it and just give options, right? And I understand why, and we can do a whole podcast episode on why it's happening and what I feel is, you know, a decent change. It does affect us. It does affect how we get paid. But the more I go into this and the more I see all of these people, I'm like, hey, this is a really good thing. But what I'm finding is, because I've made a change in my business, I'm getting a lot of flack for it. So I had an agent call me the other day, an older agent who called me, wanted to show one of my properties, and was like, hey, why are you not offering out buyer compensation? And so I started to explain it, and I was cut off, and I was told, I don't need the whole Missouri, that's where the lawsuit came from. Yeah. And so he's like, I don't need the whole Missouri thing. I just need, like, give me the 3-second spiel. So I do. And he was like, well, you're the reason why the industry is going to fail. And practitioner to practitioner, you're doing things wrong. Fine. Whatever. I'm just going to take it and run with it. On the way here, I got another text message from another agent who wanted to show a house. And was like, hey, I don't understand the buyer commission. So I send an entire text message literally right after the text comes in, and no response. Like, no thanks, nothing. Like, and so people have this idea, consumers and industry professionals alike, that we are one thing or we're not. And I think the demise of what's happening is really just the effectiveness of working together as an industry. And I think it just shows and shows more and more and more as we go through it.
I also think, like, people are scared of change. People also tend to not like the people that are the forefront of the change.
I'm not for everybody.
No.
So she's holding up a sign that says, no one will ever be as entertained by us as us.
That's what Brittany got me for Christmas. Yes. So now it sits in the podcast studio. But no, and I think this is what happens. Like, it can be low level, it can be high level, but like, people do not like change. They do not like going the extra mile. They don't like changing up their routine. They don't like people telling them that times are changing and things need to be different. I think we've all kind of, like, I went through this at my other company when they didn't understand how I was marketing myself.
Right.
They wanted me to do the old school thing, sit and make phone calls, and my marketing strategy was completely different, and I will say that it's worked. Me and you did events out in the community. Social media was huge. They didn't understand that. They literally told me it was stupid.
Right. How many deals have you done from social media?
So I've done one. I'm finding slowly but surely it's more people in my life, even through social media, because, like, you know, on say Facebook, I have 1,000 friends. 600 of those people are somebody that I worked with for a year, this and that. People are much more likely to reach out to you with a question through through the veil of social media for some reason. I've gotten more messages, DMs, about just questions. Like someone I worked with at the restaurant I used to work at messaged me and was like, hey, do any of your agents have any rentals in this area? I just thought I would ask you because I see all the stuff you post. So like it definitely like just opens up your world like to people that wouldn't, that person's not going to pick up the phone and text me.
Right.
But they will message me through Facebook, which is weird. I've also had strangers, a stranger from the town we live in. He messaged me. He was trying to buy a commercial property. I hooked him up with the right blender, things like that. So when you do things like that, even though it's not directly making you money in that moment, that guy's going to remember me.
Right.
He has my phone number. He's texted me 2 times since then. He's thanked me. Like,
Did he buy?
I don't know what ended up happening, but like I was able to find him the right people for what he needed, even though it wasn't me.
Right.
So it's another tool. It's a big networking tool. It's huge. I'm doing continuing education class for realtors with an attorney next week.
I'm busy that day, by the way.
I know you are. But I've had people sign up that I would never reach, but they saw it. A girl emailed me this morning because she saw it on Facebook. Somebody that I don't know. She's in the town close to us, and there's a million agents, so when we do these classes, it's hard to they're like, do it for agents that you don't know. It's wicked hard to pick agents to reach out to, so I do my best, but like, social media is a super, super powerful tool.
Right.
She's at a company that we work with. She emailed me and was like, hey, saw your post. Can I sign up? I want to bring a friend, I was like, that's great.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean? So that right there is worth it, and it's free, and you do it sucks.
And so
it's annoying.
You've grown your business even with people telling you that it wasn't right.
Mm-hmm.
And so
oh no, literally the words, it's stupid and a waste of time.
Being that difference though is hard.
It sucks because then you question yourself.
Oh yeah. Like I'm questioning everything I'm doing right now. Yeah. And I think, starting the year off the way we're starting the year off, especially with just the people that are reaching out and things like that, I think are making it a little harder to kind of have that conviction that I feel like I'm doing the right thing. So we'll see how it all pans out, but
Yeah, but I think we were saying this about, Brittany's doing a big project right now. Can't talk about it, can't tell anyone. Eventually we'll be able to tell someone. But we have people in our circle that you never know why you meet people.
Right.
And I've been able to refer you to a person that I was like, this person is perfect for this. And I don't know why I met him. And now I know why I met him because he is going to do this with you.
Right. And, I think that's been a struggle for me over the last couple years is I took a step back in networking because it's a lot. It's a lot. As much as I seem like an extrovert here or just in life, like I really am an introvert.
It's so draining.
And it's so draining. And for many years when I was married, I would go out and I would network and I had a routine and I would do all of these things. And then I would go home and my ex-husband would be like, that's a waste of time. You're wasting money. Mm-hmm. And so, excuse me, I got so fed up with just you're doing everything wrong. And so when I got divorced and I was doing all the things and I was succeeding in those networking things, I got burnout. And then COVID happened and all of these things. So I'm still stuck in like this medium, but every time I meet someone, I'm like, why? Even the people that we just met the other night, I'm like, why is this happening, right?
Well, and even if it's just for the reason of, so we went and got pizza before we came here to hang out and support the restaurant. We've never been in it. And he was just super pumped that he's going to come on the podcast. He was like, I just appreciate you guys letting me plug my business.
Right.
Period.
Exactly. So
he knows that like it's not a huge thing.
Right.
Like, but just to do that is enough, I guess.
But if you are watching, please subscribe because we need more subscribers.
Jesus. Yes. What the hell?
Like, we are kind of funny sometimes.
I mean, my daughter said we're funny.
Hey, that's a compliment.
And she's like my biggest critic. So she did like yeah, you're pretty funny.
Yeah.
I was like, did you listen? She's like, the whole thing. It's funny.
Yeah. So like, subscribe, please. Please, so we can, gauge what we're doing that works and doesn't work.
All right. Well, we're sending ourselves off into the new year and a new season.
Yeah.
Episode 1, Season 2.
You said that backwards.
Episode 1, Season 2.
Season 2, Episode 1.
I mean, I said the right words.
I feel like there's semantics that go with it.
I said the right words.
I feel like there's semantics that go with
Episode 1 of Season 2.
Season 2, Episode 1. It just flows better.
You know what? All right. We're done.
No, we're not done. No, we have to establish this.
All right. Season 2, Episode 1.
Yes. So next week will be
Season 2, episode 2. Jesus.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.